What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video, creating a sketch illustration of Venom. Let's begin today's lesson by sketching a line coming down the left side of our page. Starting from the very top, it's going to lightly work our way down towards the bottom. Now along the top, we're going to draw another guideline going across from left to right. So we'll start with the left side, just extending that out, and then stretch that out towards the right. Now I'm going to use these two lines to help us create a circle. From the center, let's step up towards the top. Just going to mark off the top of our circle. And then we'll take this distance down towards the bottom and do the same thing. Just marking off the bottom of our circle. Let's do the same thing across this horizontal line. Taking this distance over towards the left, marking that off. And again, taking that distance towards the right. Now I want to connect each of these points with a curve to create our circle. So I'm going to start with the top left. Now this circle doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going to rough this in. We just want to capture the right size of our circle. Let's add another set of guidelines coming down from the side of our circle. So we'll start on the left, extend this all the way down towards the bottom. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the right side. Now before we add any detail, I just want to block out the basic shape of our drawing. Let's start from the right side of our circle, draw a straight angled line coming down towards the bottom to the center line. Just going to extend this down to right about there. And then from here, angle this up and over towards the left. Now halfway between that center point and the left side of our circle, we're going to draw a straight angled line coming down towards this bottom point. Just extend this down towards the bottom. And then from here, we're just going to curve this up and in toward that center point. Going up and then bending this in towards the top. Now from the top, we're just going to bend the mouth, coming down and across towards the right, towards that center line. And extend this out towards the right. Let's trace this curve on the right side. So we step over, curve this down towards the bottom. Draw a straight line going out towards the right. And pull this up and across towards the top of the eye. Let's go to the left side of our circle, step up and curve the back, going up and across. Now right where the circle meets this line, draw a straight line going across towards the left. Curve this down and then out. Let's block in that cartilage on the corner of the mouth. Starting from this point, just going to bend this across and then down towards the bottom of our circle. Let's go to the front of the head, angle the teeth, coming down and across towards the right. Draw a straight line coming back in towards that cartilage. Now from the bottom point of the chin, we're going to step up, curve the teeth, going across and then up. I'm just going to bend this in and tuck that up underneath that cartilage. Now I'm going to see the back side of the mouth in between the teeth. Starting up here, curve this across, and then bend that back down. Let's add in the tongue. Starting from the bottom of our circle, go this across, and bend the tongue coming down. Now I'm just going to curl that back up, and then bend that out towards the tip of the tongue. Let's go back to the inside. I'm going to step down, draw the bottom of the tongue. I'm just going to taper this so it gets thinner as you go out towards the tip. Now that we have the rough shape of the head, let's go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. Now we want to go back and add a second level of detail. Let's start by modifying the shape of the head. We'll start from the base of the head, going up. It's going to add a little bit of point, just rounding that out, going up towards the top of the head. Now you can see that I'm going a little bit darker. I'm going to follow that curve coming down towards the bottom. I'm just going to extend the bottom out and back in. Let's add some shape to the eye. Starting along this curve, I'm going to bend this in over towards the right. Now just adding a little bit more shape, just rounding this out, adding some points, and then coming down on the inside. Let's go back up to the top. And add a little bit of a brow on the inside. Now we're going to add a little fold across the top corner of the mouth, coming in towards the eye. Just adding a few wrinkles along the bottom, just going around the mouth. Just round out that point along the top of the mouth, bend this up, and then down towards the outside. Now I want to add some guidelines inside that cartilage with these angled lines, just crossing each other. Now this is just random, from top to bottom. Now along this section, we want to add the teeth. Starting from the top, start by drawing on the outside, curving it down. Go wider along the top, and just round out the gum line. Now it's going to work our way over towards the right. I'm going to add another tooth coming down. And just continue across. Just going to add a few smaller ones in between. And go a little bit larger as we go towards the right. You see that we're starting to bend this out towards the right side. Now along the bottom, I'm just going to add some more shape to the lower jaw. Coming around and then down. Just pulling that forward. Now we're going to go back and add in those teeth. Starting along the top. Now the direction of the teeth is going to be a little bit random. We're just tucking some in underneath and also varying the size. So adding some smaller ones in between. Just working our way across that gum line. And again, just getting a little bit larger as we come down towards the bottom. Now I'm going to work our way across the back side of the mouth. Just drawing some in between. And then going up above the tongue and adding a few more. Now I'm going back and just tracing out the jawline on the outside, coming down towards the chin. And just adding some fold. And then rounding out the neck. Now I'm going to go back and clean up our drawing one more time. Just taking out those guidelines from the tip of the teeth. Once we're happy with our clean sketch, we'll go back and darken up our lines. Also modifying the shape as we go. Just adding some of those folds across the top of the eye. I'm just going to continue to add some more detail and fold along the back side of the head. Just working our way around the mouth. And go back and just darken up the contour of the head. Now we're going back and just tracing out some of those lines that we have along the inside of the cartilage. Just starting along the edge of the mouth and just pulling these down and in. We're just fading them out as we come in towards the center. Also going in between. And we'll go back and trace out the teeth. Now just working our way around the bottom row of teeth. Now even at this stage, I want to avoid trying to get too detailed. I'm still staying relatively rough as I go, and then start layering the details after. Now from here I'm just going to darken up the inside of the mouth, starting on the edge of the cartilage, and then just going to fade that forward, going around the teeth and the tongue. Just evening it. Just shading in the entire inside of the mouth. Also a bit of the tongue along the inside, and then just fading that forward. Now as we come down towards the bottom, I'm just going to go a little bit darker. Again, just working our way around the teeth. Just going to add a little bit of silhouette to the back teeth. Now I'm going to go back and just darken up the top. And then again, just blending that down. And shade the inside of the gum line. Again, going around the teeth. And I'm just going to darken up the shadow along the bottom of that cartilage. Just working with those lines and just pulling this up and just fading it out towards the middle. And just darkening up the outside edge to create a shadow. I'm going to go back and add some teeth in between the top row and just shade those in to create a bit of a silhouette. This will also help us add some depth to our drawing. And we're just adding some texture inside the tongue. Now I'm going to go in and add a light shade to the inside of the eye. And I'll add some shape to the eye by adding a shadow across the bottom. Just a very subtle shadow. And then just fading that up. Now starting from the top left, we're just going to add a shade to the entire head area. Now from here we're just going to add some shadows in each of those folds. I'm just going to darken up the top of the eye area around the brow to create a little bit of contrast, and then fade that up to create a bit of a highlight on the top of the head. I'm just going to draw some of more of that shadow across the bottom of the chin. We'll darken up that entire area. Just add a little bit of a highlight glare along the top edge of the mouth. And do the same thing across the neck. Just darkening up the neck area and then fading that up. Now our final step is adding some more contrast to our shadows. Now, as you get near the end of our drawing, we'll tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more contrast, and always be sure to sign our artwork. And that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Venom. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single week. And if you want to keep drawing with me, you might want to check out this video over here. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.